So we're down here at the yard working on this old nightmare of a machine here. This thing here. This is the second time it's done it to us. And what happened was it wadded up all the cables in here when they were sucking it back in, and it broke one here.
Like that cable there that's kinked?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna kink again.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna come off the roller.
Yeah, because there's plenty of grease in there, huh?
Yes, sir. And I was gonna heat that shield up, but Mike got me thinking there's too much grease and oil.
Oh yeah, catch it on fire.
And we started looking at it a little better. We was able to get that cover off the back.
Ah. And then we've got the back kind of torn apart here because all the cables like come back through here. But what happened when they were sucking the thing in and they weren't, you know, as an operator, you're not really paying attention, and just pulled it too far and popped a couple of the hoses off and just really screwed it all up. So typically the last time we had to do this repair, it was about 10 grand. And we got our in-house mechanic, Don. He's working on it with the old, got the old boom truck here. And we're doing this ourselves this time, trying to save a little bit of money. The machine's, on its best day, the machine's probably worth 25, 30 grand. So I'm trying to get it done for less than 10 grand this time. But for 10 grand to have an operating machine is, it's a lot cheaper than going and buying a new one. That's what we're doing down in Bakersfield today. So I'll let these guys keep rolling on that. And eventually, that old 721 over there, good running machine. It's got a transmission problem. So as soon as I get done spending money on this, I'll be back, spend a little money on that, and I'll have another loader. So the goal, we got to have a forklift and a loader and stuff down here in Bakersfield as well. We got most of our equipment's in Mammoth, but it is what it is. And one of these days I got to get the old scissor lift over there. It's got a controller issue. I mean, we've got so much stuff. I can keep these guys busy working on equipment full time pretty much. But it is kind of how it goes. Now we're gonna head out to the ranch. Nice overcast day. Probably hop in the dozer for a couple hours and push some dirt around. Out here at the ranch, they're leaving, and maybe decided they're putting a bunch of sheep out here, probably to eat all the weeds down. A whole bunch of them. Babies and everything. Grass is starting to really get green. You see them horses have kept this area over here nice and manicured. We haven't really had any cows in here all year, so the rest of it's kind of got last year's growth on it. Let's get up here and see what's going on. Always nice to spend a little time in the dozer. Still trying to figure out how to run this thing efficiently. It takes a lot of practice. We laid the blade back a little bit so it wasn't so aggressive, and that helped quite a bit. I'm gonna try to work this little jump right here. See if we can shape it up a little bit better. Very peaceful out here today. So I think tomorrow we're gonna fire up that Hyundai, and I'm gonna try and get up on top of that C-Train with those chains. I'm gonna drag those two up to this pad right here. I'll probably space them one there and one there. See how much distance I can get in between there. And hopefully I think I can get 10 or 15 feet in between them. We'll see what that looks like. And then we'll see about what kind of roof we want to build in between. So I get one out there, one over there. Should have a pretty good little area in between. Might pour a little concrete pad in between there and then build a roof over it. It'd be a nice little place to work on stuff or whatever. But we got some dirt moved. We'll go take a look at what we did, and then we're gonna head back into town. There's a couple that I worked on right there. That little one there, that big one over there. Got those built up pretty good. Pushed a bunch of dirt. Now all I got to do is trim it up with the skid steer. Came out pretty good. We took that transition out, leveled off the face of it, coming into it. Should be a lot nicer. Fixed up this one here. Took a little bit of the rollers out, kind of changed the angle of it a little bit. Just gotta trim it up with the skid. Should be pretty nice. This one here nobody could do. This is the biggest, probably the hardest jump on the track. Maybe not the biggest. Definitely the biggest gap. Everything else is kind of like a tabletop. And I ended up working this corner here, making it a lot more of a corner so you could get more drive. And built up the face there, so that should make that one a lot easier. We'll see next time everybody goes for a ride. Nice corner here, and quite a bit more face on the jump. Definitely looks more doable. It's our little kids area here. We got a little oval for the kids. And I got this other pad that I started. This is probably where I'll put the other two C trains. I'll get them in here, make another little area. Home sweet home. So Dan left his welding rig out here, so we have a welder, torch, everything we need to pretty much do whatever we want. Now we can cut on some metal, do some welding. Pretty cool. Still working on getting rid of some of this junk. Got some more people interested in the trucks. Just gotta wait for the right person. Sadie and Bud had a good time, and they're ready to get home.
Yeah, you're good. Sadie, get over here. Sadie. Sadie, watch out. Damn car. Kick that off. Let me get the ladder.
So this is the home site, and we've got container one. I kind of like where it's sitting. I'm gonna go back a little further with it, and I'm gonna have to move those tanks, water tanks, and no, leave it on the bucket. So now I got him rigging it. I'm gonna scoot it real quick. Okay, so first one's in place. That went fairly smooth. Looks like I got a low spot up in that front corner. This thing's not quite level, so I'm gonna take some of this out here and bring it back, because this is definitely low back here. I need to get this corner filled in, so I'll take the high side about where those tanks are. I want to try and get this thing all the way out as far as I can, so I got to build this up a bit. So he's gonna go get the forks, and so we can move these 2 barrels of water, and I'll work on that. See if I can do it with this without making a mess. Okay, we got the first one. See our snail tracks. Now I'm going to have him bring the forks and the bucket for this, because we had to level a little area up there. I'll show you, for the second train to go in. That one's got a beat up corner on it. I don't like that. I was gonna get that one. Grab the bucket. Take the bucket too. Take the bucket up there. Oh, look at this one. I might not. That thing's. Definitely want to put the best ones that I have up there. This one looks like it's okay. That one's pretty rough. I don't like that. I didn't know that one was damaged like that. Might sell that one. Okay. Sadie and Butter supervising. We got a little pad scrubbed off right there. We're gonna set the other one right there next to it, parallel them together, and that'll be good for now. Let's get to it. Well, we're having a good old time out here today. So I just dug into this hill. Gonna put this one right up against the embankment I just made. So we're taking all this material, we're gonna make another pad, and that'll be our last C-train placement of the day. Probably won't get it placed today because there's quite a bit of grading here to do. Oh, that hurt. Just banged that chain against my leg. But this will keep him busy for a minute. Got this all cut out. I'll straighten it up a little bit when I get some more diesel for the excavator. It's out of fuel. But we had a good day. We'll go take a look at the shop placement. Let him keep working on this little pad. Get this thing in. Get the C-train tucked in this hole right here. Should be able to. Kind of the idea is you can almost just get right on the roof from right here. So if that works, I'm gonna use the set of stairs that I have up there. Make this like a roof access to where you can sit on this and kind of watch things. That's kind of the idea. Even if I find a set of bleachers, I might put up there. We'll see. So you can see from up here above, our pad's shaping up pretty nicely. The C-train's gonna go right in this little pocket right here. And it'll be a vantage point for the freestyle park. So it's pretty cool. Had a lot of fun out here. We got our C-trains up top. We'll go look at that right now. And probably gonna get out of here pretty quick. Okay, we're up here at the home site here. And that's the shop area down there. We've got our 2 C-trains in place. Looks pretty good. Nice little area down there just below the house. We're gonna build a roof over the top of those. And that ought to make for a really nice little work area. starting to come together. Better late than never. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Try to keep posting as much as I can. And we'll see you on the next one.